Hello and welcome to my video 2.3 on multiples. So you've probably seen a question like this in the past where it says skip count by 4 until 30. If not, let me show you quickly what this looks like. So generally speaking, we might start at 0. Usually we start at 0 and then we start counting up. So 0, 4, 8, 12. And so you can see that every time we just add 4, right? That is one way of looking at it. Okay, so every time we add 4. That is not the most mathematical way of looking at it, but it's not too bad. This is the better way of looking at it because this is where the word multiples come from. It's like the word multiply for a reason. So what it means is, how do I get 0 with 4? I go 4 times by 0. How do I get 4 with 4? 4 times 1. And you can see a pattern starting to emerge. 4 times by 2, 4 times by 3, 4 times by 4. That's why it's called multiples, because it's multiplying two numbers together. 4 times by 5, 4 times by 6, and lastly, until 30, so lastly, 4 times by 7. Okay, so yeah, skip counting, I mean, yeah, fine. But when we're saying multiples, this is what we're talking about more specifically and more mathematically. So it says, list all the multiples of 3 until 50. So this type of question, we would start 0, 3, 6, 9, and I mean, you get the picture, right? It's every time you either add 3, you can look at it that way, or you can do the same sort of thing. 3 times by 0, 3 times by 1, 3 times by 2, 3 times by 3, 3 times by 4, etc., right? Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 all the way until 50. Okay, so the last one would be, if you actually try this, last one should be 48, and it should be 3 times by 12, is that right? No, 3, a little bit more. 3 times by something. Let's think about this. 60 would be 3 times by 20. It's 4 less than that. 3 times by 16. There you go. So you don't have to be able to do that in your head. But you kind of get the picture. So it goes all the way to 3 times by 16. Okay, not too bad. Let's take a look at something that might be a little bit more schwonky. It says, list all the common multiples. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. All the common multiples of 4 and 6 until 50. Well, there are multiple ways you can do this. Multiple. But anyways, there's multiple ways you can do this. One that works every time, is perfectly fine to use if you like this, is you can just go through, highlight every fourth one, all the way, right? So what am I doing right now? Multiples of 4. So yeah, highlighting, highlighting, whoops, highlighting, highlighting, highlighting. So those are all the multiples of 4. And especially if you do this on a hundreds grid, you'll see a nice pattern forming, and it'll repeat, and it's awesome. But now we're going to do in red, we're highlighting all the 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24. So you're starting to see a pattern, hey? 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. So you're seeing a pattern. Every second 6 is the right answer. And so what you're going to see, even if you do only a couple of these, like even if you don't go all the way to 50, you might just start to see a pattern. So let's say it says until 100. Let's make it harder for ourselves. So the first one's all the way to 60 is 12, 24, 36, and 48. Right? Those are the ones I highlighted with both colors. So what does it add by every time? Let's maybe do that different colors so you can see. Green. What does it add by every time we go to the next one? These are all common multiples. Maybe you might see it, maybe you don't. You can pause it. Okay, I'm going to tell you the answer. So it adds by 12. And whenever you talk about common multiples, it'll do the same sort of thing. There will be a pattern that you may or may not see, but there's going to be an add by something pattern. So in this case, add by 12. So if I wanted to go to 100, keeping in mind that I add by 12, I could continue this pattern just by adding by 12. So 60, 72, 84, 96. And those would be the next four common multiples. So those are a couple different ways you can use multiples. And next topic is going to be factors, which is very similar, but you'll get to that shortly. I hope that this video helps and that multiples aren't quite as scary anymore. Good luck.